I wanted to share something today because this has been coming up frequently in my coaching calls and something I've experienced as well. And this minor adjustment can greatly enhance, you know, um, your perspective on some of the challenges that you're facing. So it's this idea that normally what's at risk to us whenever we're going into new experiences is actually the comfort and it's not our safety. The challenge comes because from the perspective of our body, it doesn't know any different, and so it will react in the same way as it did previous times, almost like an echo, and it reacts by flooding our system with certain hormones, the two being adrenaline and cortisol. um, Cortisol gives you that enhanced feeling, that ready for action, that being on alert, needing to see what's around the corner, right? And it normally precedes a feeling of tightness, normally within the gut stomach area. And if we haven't done any work around working to bring our nervous system into balance, this process gets easily triggered in us. I've experienced this myself. I've had to do a lot of body work to actually calm my nervous system down so that I'm not misinterpreting new experiences, misinterpreting moving beyond my comfort zone as a threat to my safety. And it took me a while to realize this. At first I only understood this through concept until I started doing work around breath work and other meditative practices to really bring in that sense of calm into my body. Because from there, it changes our perception. What we feel actually influences our perception. Senses are not separate from us. They're a part of our experience. So the more that we can integrate them into how we perceive reality and work with them, the more it changes our perception of how we see reality, if that makes any sense. So, I would recommend a consistent practice. Breath work done consistently is the key, especially when you're starting to feel the anxious feeling or something is triggering. That is the most difficult time to do it, and it is the most important. So for me, as I mentioned in previous videos, one of my most challenging moments is actually when I wake up first thing in the morning. I often experience, this sense of anxiety. With this sense of anxiety, looking at my life through this lens, it almost seems like things are ready to fall apart and I have to be in ready mode in order to prevent that. So it automatically puts me in this state of drive where, if I'm not careful, can tend to throw things off. It's being driven is not necessarily a bad thing, but if it's driven by the fear of preventing something from happening, that is a problem. So, whereas now, like, I've been consistent with my practice such that I don't feel that in the mornings anymore. And, I actually feel good when I wake up because of the practice. And I notice that it influences how I think. And it's the same thing for, some of my clients. I'm noticing shifts in them just from doing some breath work activity, anchoring into our bodies in a more, don't want to say real way, but more of a grounded way. Like, you're present to what's happening, both the positive and negative. You're not trying to omit anything, but you're aware to the entire process that's happening within you. So, it's important that we do spend at least some time doing body work in order to bring our nervous system back online. Because until then, it's like we are in reactive mode without realizing it because we're reacting to the hormones that are floating through our system. So super important. And like I said, if you experience anxiety or any sort of challenging feeling at any point in your life that continues to happen, chances are, it's about bringing it back to the body work, to calming your nervous system down so that it's not influencing how you are moving or your perception of reality. So I just wanted to share that today. Hope you're having a good holiday. New Year's about to begin. Lots of good things coming. So stay tuned. Take care.